Everyone. Welcome back to God's Whispers, a place where we take the time to pause and reflect on the word of the Lord. Today I'm going to be speaking about the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 2, verses 1 through 12. And we celebrate in church the Epiphany of the Lord. Let's listen. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of King Herod, behold, Magi from the east arrived in Jerusalem, saying, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star at its rising and have come to do him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was greatly troubled, and all of Jerusalem with him. Assembling all of the chief priests and the scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. They said to him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it has been written through the prophet, and you, Bethlehem, land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, since from you shall come a ruler, who is to shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod called the Magi secretly, and ascertained from them the time of the star's appearance. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search diligently for the child. When you have found him, bring me word, that I too may go and do him homage." After their audience with the king, they set out, and behold, the star that they had seen at its rising preceded them, until it came and stopped over the place where the child was. They were overjoyed at seeing the star, and on entering the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother. They prostrated themselves and did him homage. Then they opened their treasures, offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream to not return to Herod, they departed for their country by another way. What Matthew tells us about the Magi from the east arriving in Jerusalem, searching for a child they believe had been born to the King of Jews. They had seen a star, and somehow they know it matters to leave everything behind. The Magi were like scholars, or astrologers even, from outside Israel. They were Gentiles. They were not members of God's chosen people. They didn't have scriptures. They didn't grow up waiting for a Messiah. And yet they were watching the skies, attentive to signs, and open to wonder. That's why today's feast is called the Epiphany. I was looking it up, wondering why it was called that, which means manifestation or revealing. God is revealing something new here. Jesus is not just for Israel, he's for the whole world. Meanwhile, King Herod obviously represents the opposite. He's threatened, defensive, and fearful. The religious leaders can quote scripture, but they don't move. The Magi, however, don't have all the answers, but they did move. They followed the light. That matters. So the Epiphany asks a gentle question. How do we respond when God reveals himself? Some people resist, some people analyze, some people just go with it. And it's some, like the Magi, set out, even when the road is uncertain. Notice the one detail. They didn't just observe. They knelt down. They offered gifts. Then the scripture says they returned home another way. The encounter with Christ changes the direction of their life, even our lives, even subtly. The Epiphany reminds us that God still meets who seek him. He still uses unexpected people, and he still guides with light. So journal prompts that would go along with this passage would be, where have I noticed small lights or nudges from God lately? Am I more like the Magi, King Herod, or the scholars in this season of my life? And what gift, whether it be time, trust, humility, attention, am I being invited to offer to Christ? And then finally, How might this encounter with Jesus change my path? I hope that this message was encouraging to you, and if you feel like a friend could use some encouragement, please feel free to pass it along, and don't forget to subscribe so you can continue to hear God's whispers.